People that's like 30 and younger, they're probably like, what is she talking about?
I know, never mind. Act like I didn't say that.
What are some of the biggest mistakes singles make when dating?
Uh, and this is probably something I did too. I think we grow up in a system where we look at dating and it's kind of like we put all our eggs in one basket because um especially women I think have feel probably more pressure to get married and have kids. And so sometimes I think we fantasize about life with them, but not looking at like the signs that are there,
Mm,
whether or not this is going to work, because the pressure we feel to like be married. So I feel like for people that are single, when we are not able to just look at the current reality of the person we're dating, um, and just look at, we skip ahead to fantasizing. I think that's a huge
mhm,
mistake. Yeah.
mhm. Yeah. Do you think women do that more than men? Because I hear a lot of women talk about that.
Yeah, I feel like women do it more than men. I think that there are more I mean, if we're talking about heterosexual relationships,
Mhm,
I think there's more opportunity for men than there are for women
mhm,
at times. But I feel like, well, we do it not because guys can't be imagined, they can't imagine things and things like that. But, men grow up in a system that tells them not to express their emotions and feelings. Women, we grew up in a system that allows us to do it freely. So we have a lot. I feel like our imagination like flows a lot more because we have with so much emotions that could come up. And I think not that, I think men are think more logical, not because that's the way they were designed, but I think it's because of the way they have learned how to like operate in life. So
mhm,
they can look at and know what they want before women do. But you know what I mean? Like I see it all the time where they'll be like with somebody, but not really with them. Next thing you know, they're in this process to get married. And I'm talking to the women
mhm,
and they don't understand how it happened. I think guys typically like are clear on what they is a negotiable or not negotiable for them
mhm, mhm,
more than women are at times.
mhm. Yeah, because there's sometimes I've heard this numerous times where women will say, I I saw him like this potential, right?
Yes.
And then he don't pan out into what you thought he was, and now it's like now you upset.
Yes, yes, yes. I see that a lot. But again, I think women, we feel a lot of pressure, more pressure than men, especially like the whole like having a child age stuff. Like men can continue to produce at any age. So I think it's a lot of societal pressures that sometimes puts us women in a fantasy mode when they're thinking about who they're with.
Let me ask you this, because now this is kind of off the top of the head. Do women still desire to get married, like in this day and age? Because I know statistically, people they marry older now,
Yeah.
because a lot of people are pursuing their careers and things like that. So, is that something that women want to do today?
I feel like they do, but
Mm,
I also feel like, and this is the way I thought, and for people listening, and I also like, I talk to people for a living, so I hear people's thoughts.
mhm,
And I think that I'm not sorry. I know that when I was with my husband, getting married, I was married to the idea of marriage, of like what it's supposed to be, like this, like couple and these feelings and stuff, and quickly learned that it's not like about what it's supposed to be versus what it is. So I think like
mm,
the idea of marriage has this like connotation of stability, and you have this partner who's going to love you and adore you,
mhm,
but it doesn't talk about like all of the like aggravation, the like not putting your toothpaste away, like all the little intricacy stuff that goes on in a marriage.
mhm,
So I think that women still are looking for that like idea of marriage, but I'm hoping people can kind of shift into looking at like the quality of the relationship versus the idea of what a marriage looks like.
Mm-hmm. And I think some of that comes from maybe like mentorship. If you have somebody that's in
Yeah.
your life that can really help you see things, the ins and outs of marriage,
Yep.
opposed to just social media posts,
Yep.
because some people would live vicariously through other people on Instagram and Facebook. And
Have no idea that that's what they're basing their life off of, like at all. I see it too often where people, and it's like you got to remember you're looking at a snapshot of somebody's life versus what happened before that snapshot and after. You're fantasizing your entire life off of a picture. Like when you think about it like that, hopefully people can think like, damn, you're right. Like that's true,
mm-hmm.
but unfortunately people aren't thinking deeply. We're just doing.
Yeah, you can easily get caught up in it and then be like, see something on Instagram, somebody says something, and then you like, I want a divorce because you don't do what they do.
Right, right, right. Why can't I get the roses and stuff? But you're getting like it's just so much that goes on behind closed doors and people's socioeconomic status, and you miss out on what is happening in your relationship, on your spouse um taking the car to get oil changes and gas, and it's the little stuff that matters, but you're seeing people on a larger scale. Like we don't have Kim Kardashian money, right? We don't
Mm,
have the reality TV's money, so it's going to look a little different. But instead of you realizing that, you're just looking at all the things you don't have, which is not fair to you and your relationship.
yeah, I heard one quote that says, I can't remember who said it, but it said, comparison is the thief of joy.
Yep, it will. And I always tell people you got to compare your today to your yesterday. That's the way you're able to like win in life, right? Like no matter
Mm,
where you are in life, when you can look at your growth, like that's where the real peace lies, not and look we're comparing it to anyone else.
I love that. That's good stuff. Why do you think people ignore red flags when dating?
Because